the world of XRP, something that could be very important is about to happen. There are talks about burning all of the XRP that is currently in trust. At the moment, 5,000 XRP are burned every day, which is 1.82 million XRP every year. But there are worries that this rate will go up. Some people have even said that there is an interesting link between Ripple's trust accounts and the burning of up to 25,000 XRP every day. A former head of Ripple has said that the company may burn all of the XRP that is in escrow at once. This seems like a more serious problem than just talking about how likely it is that this will happen. It's even more interesting because it happens at the same time that Ripple Labs says it will buy XRP worth almost $1 billion, 0 cents from the market. There are a lot of ideas about what might be linked between this buyback, trust burn, and Ripple's deal with the SEC. It was decided to buy back SRP because Ripple still needs it. If you let this kind of trust burn, bad things will happen. Each coin could be worth $10,000, 0 cents more if all of Ripple's reserve XRP were burned. Depending on my study and the fact that Ripple Labs is making more and more partnerships that need XRP to work, the price of each XRP may need to be $10, 0 cents in order for the business to keep going and grow. Thanks for coming back, Moneyside family. XRP is fine to the place you know you can count on for everything. You've come to the right place to learn about XRP. There are a few things we need to do before we start today's show. I'd like to join our lively group. Please click the like button. After that, click subscribe and make sure that you want to receive alerts. Hold on, there's something exciting about to happen. We are going to give away a lot of XRP once we hit 60,000 members. Just do these 3 things to win the giveaway. You'll be entered if you leave a hash Moneyside in the comments. Remember to be ready. A lot of stories agree and say that XRP will reach $10, 0 cents because Ripple has so many partnerships with payment systems around the world. XRP's value could go up, and maybe even needs to go up as Ripple's world partnerships grow and depend on it. XRP's rise has been exponential, and new public and private reports show that it is spreading around the world. Notably, a BlackRock report that came out shows that they want to use XRP most for sending money between countries. Some important parts of this report are emphasized to show how XRP is changing into a better cross-border payment service. Now that XRP is officially recognized as a safe and reliable way to pay, the Central Bank of Ireland's recent news that they plan to use it for transactions across borders has only boosted this trend. In addition, this means that Ripple, the company that made XRP, is now allowed to offer services for virtual assets. This is a strong sign that XRP could be very useful in the banking world. At the same time, the Central Bank of Japan started using XRP in its global banking systems. This is part of a larger trend where more than 30 central banks are working together to make a digital currency built on what the XRP method is. News sources say that 19 of these central banks have bought XRP for a total of more than $400 million. This amount doesn't even take into account the chance that the Fed, now fast payment service, will start using XRP. It has been learned that the Fed Now Instant Payment tool is thinking about using XRP for the blockchain technology is part of their payment method. The fact that this chain exists shows that more and more people are sure that XRP's technology can be used in modern financial situations. It's impossible to stress how important it is that the U.S. Federal Reserve now controls XRP and Ripple Labs completely. The goal of this move is to stop regular people from buying XRP. This is a big change, and the Federal Reserve is not going to make a normal central bank digital currency. Instead, they are going to use the Ripple system, which uses the XRP ledger and digital assets. This is because it works well, doesn't cost much, and is good for the environment. This method works especially well because major central banks in more than 8 countries, including the BRICS nations, will use it, have already teamed up with Ripple Labs to use the XRP journal and the Riplet system. In an official release, the Federal Reserve said that XRP and XLM could be important parts of the blockchain, part of their FedNow payment system. This shows that they are committed to blockchain technology. They say in one of their stories that the Fed is now working with Metal, the use of blockchain technology to quickly change fiat cash into stablecoins is a big step toward combining traditional banking with decentralized finance. At the moment, U.S. citizens can only make quick payments within the country using third-party apps like Venmo and PayPal or coin wallets. However, the Fed system, which is still being developed, will include cryptocurrencies in what it is made of. Over 120 companies have signed up to use this platform. These companies include payment processors, solution providers, and new companies like U.S. Bank and Exchange Bank. This could mean that Ripple will be added to the FedNow service, which will cause big changes in digital banking. Ripple is a banking company that is being thought about for this project and is known for its open-source distributed ledger technology and smart cross-border payment options. Stellar Lumens XLM is a well-known blockchain-based payment network that speeds up and lowers the cost of foreign transfers. It could be a partner for the FedNow service. This brings us back to the two main points we were talking about. How likely is that $10,000 0 cents will be reached soon for XRP, and why do you think it's likely that a lot of XRP will be burned from Ripple Labs' pool? Both of these events will happen at the same time, and they will be big steps forward for the XRP digital asset. The plan to burn a lot of XRP from Ripple's lockup could be what drives the price of XRP to the $10 0 cents level that was expected. Matt Hamilton, a former head of Ripple, said that this is especially important news because Ripple is still in court with the SEC. A burn like this could be part of a settlement deal. Among other things, this means that there will be a lot less XRP available, which could cause its price to go up 10,000. It would also make a huge rise in the demand for XRP from both institutional and private buyers who want to use digital assets like XRP to send money across borders. Eventually, this would lead to a big drop in the amount of XRP that is available, which would make each XRP token more valuable. It's hard to believe how many deals XRP will be able to handle with global swaps and derivatives. Association ISD handles more than $120 0 cents quadrillion in transactions every year. Because of the number and value of these transactions, each XRP must be worth $10 0 cents. The size is well shown in this piece, which shows that XRP wants to allow transactions in the ISD that are worth more than $120 0 cents quadrillion. That's only one part of the story, though. This figure does bring in other big players and think about how XRP might affect them. Some news stories say that SBI wants to use XRP for more trades in Southeast Asia. Swift might use XRP for payments, and big banks like BlackRock and